Welcome to District 6510 Grant Training for the year 2021-2022. As we explore Part 2 of our grant training, I want to remind you before you can actually move on to completing your test grant, at least 2 members of your club have to have finished successfully Part 1 of our District 6510 grant training. As we prepare to do our district grant application, we'll log into our district's website, and we will go then to the upper right hand corner to log in for DACDB, and it will take you to your home club. And in DACDB, I'm going to go up to district, and I have logged in for purposes of this training with a level 1 clearance, and I want to go to district files. And once I get into district files, I will find everything that I need to complete my grant. District files, we have all of our folders when you need to find something in our district. This is a good place to go to. But we want to go up to the grant application training. And then once we enter it, we'll go to grant training for 21-22. And then this would be all the documents that you will need for your training. And it also some helpful documents to go back to if you have some questions on. The first thing that I would suggest that we do is we open up our application sample answers, and we'll get this one open. And all of these documents, when you open them, you'll want to do enable editing on them. So we'll do that, and then we'll minimize it. And also we want to go to our budget sample, and we'll need to get it opened. And again, we are going to enable our editing, and then we will take and minimize it. We will also find in here an empty budget sheet for us to work on once we're preparing your own district grant, as well as the application questions. You can also use those 2 documents. I would suggest to open up and to save them to your computer so that you can work on with those as you gather all your information for your district grant. So we have this part done, we have those documents open, so we're going to go to our district. Again, we'll click up here, which will bring us back then to our page. Then we want to go down to district grants. And we will go then to club view, which is over to the left side. We'll click on it. And in here, we'll go then to, we need to change our year, because the year we want to write this grant for is 21-22. So we'll click on change the year. We'll go to the drop down box, go to our year we would like, and we'll click on change the year. Now, we'll notice that in this, we have test Mount Carmel as a project name. This is the way it will look. So we want to do a new grant request for this year. So we'll click on here and we'll come up with this screen. Now, if you go in and you try to click on that screen to do a new grant for 21-22, I want to remind you that you would need 2 people to have already completed part 1 of the certification training, and I have to have their names in the system before you can get to this page. Now, we look at all of these things, and so we come down to our sample question, and you're going to put your club's name and test. So, I am from Mount Carmel, and I am not going to use any periods, apostrophes, anything like that. So we'll just put in Mount, hit the right buttons, Carmel, test. Our next one, it asks us for the priority. We do not need to worry about this at this point in time. We are on our coming year, and this is round 1. We will fill in our city, our country, and our target completion date. And we clicked on this little calendar icon here. And so we're going to take and we're going to say that it's going to be completed in October of 2021. Okay. October 2021 on the 15th. Then we come down and we look at the area of focus. And if we look at another area of focus, if we don't find what we think will fit in here, then we can hit other. But generally speaking, all of your grants are going to fit into one of our areas of focus. So the majority of them will be in growing local economies. That's what we will put. Okay, so now we want to come down to our project. So how do we describe it? Well, we'll come up here and we will look at the description of your project. And we're going to highlight what we find here. And we do the Control-C for copy. And we'll come here and we'll do Control-V for paste. And I will look for these answers on your test grant. Remember to keep your answers brief. We do not need to use a lot of wording. Get to the point. So then we come up here and we go then to the tab that says the clubs involved. Well, the Mount Carmel Club is going to be involved. If I was working with another club, let's say the Carmine Club, I would click on Carmine, use these arrows to move it over to say Carmine. When you can do multi-club district grants, but one club is going to be the lead club, and that club is the one that must then put the grant, apply for the grant. Both clubs have to be grant certified though. So let's go back and let's click on Carmine and let's remove it by clicking, let's put it back over here. Then we'll go to the contacts. When you go to the contacts, it shows all of your club members. I am logged in under Alan Kidd, so it shows Alan Kidd. Let's say that Robin Dean is a member of my club, will be also on the contact list, so we'll move her over. Let's pick another one. We could go down here and we'll put Bill Hackler as a contact. Now, Robin Dean is our AG, but she is a member of our club, so she could be involved with our club project if she was certified, and she, can be certified. But for the other clubs that she is assistant governor for, she cannot be one of their contact people or one of their certified people. And then we're going to go to the application. And what date do we want to start it? We cannot start before July 1, 2021. You cannot be raising money for your project. You cannot be working on your project. So, let's say we're going to start it on July the 5th. And our completion date, we said earlier, was October the 15th. That's what we hope to complete it. And who do we want to, the name, address, and so on that we want to have our grant payment mailed to? Usually it's your treasurer. And then we would put in their address. And DACDB does a lot of this already for you. So now we go down. We'll scroll down and we have to do our project definition. Again, for the test, we come back to Word and we bring up how are we defining this project. So we're going to take and highlight everything we have here. We're going to Control-C to copy it. Take that away, and now we will go to Control-V and paste it into our box. Hopefully, you will have already, when you get ready to do your district grant for this year, on that page that has the questions on it, you already have this. So when it actually comes time to turn in the grant, all you have to do is copy paste. And it says that's provide a safe place. This is test training. It's for the jolly kids and families to play. It goes on. Okay. Then we have to say, we want to know what is humanitarian effort. So we'll click here. Again, go to our sample. And we'll get down. And again, we want to copy. And we're going to paste. Now, notice up here in the project objectives, it says do not start your real application till April 1, and you have a window of 2 weeks to get it in. During March, everybody's going to be turning their test grants in, and I will go in there and delete them all before April 1, after I have reviewed them and certified you. Again, I've put down here, the applications will be removed by March 31st. Again, do not start your early application for your real grant. What are your Rotarians going to do to be involved in this grant? Are they going to be providing hands-on? Again, we're going to copy paste here. Are they going to be raising monies? How are they going to be involved with it? And then we need to know what your publicity plan will be. Again, you will put in whatever you decide your publicity plan should be. And you need to keep your answer brief as always. And we just, once you decide what it is, we copy paste it in. And you know, you're going to put it on your social media. You're going to share it with your radio station. You're going to put it in your newspaper or television. You know, you're going to report it. You're working with the city, so you're going to report it at a city council meeting. There's a variety of things that you could put in here. So we keep going down. And if we have another area involved, we have to put what the area is. So it would be the city of Mount Carmel. And we would want to get a letter of cooperation from them. Now, these two areas are important because you cannot go further until you have checked them, which means you have your MOU done, you understand it, and so you'll click yes, you understand that agreement, you are going to be financially responsible, and you know what the terms are of receiving this grant, and that's all covered in part 1. So you're going to click it, and then we go up here, and we find up here where we're going to say save. Once we click save, then we have some more documents, some more tabs up here to work with. So we have all of these, we have completed these tabs, so we go to our budget. And in our budget, we want to add our income source, as well as add our budget expenses. And in DAC-DB, when you go down here and you fill these in, this will automatically then be filled in. So let's go in and let's look at income source. So what's going to be our income source? Well, let's go to that sample in Excel. And, okay, our income source, it's for $3,000. So the club is going to take, let's see, we're going to do a pancake supper. And that amount is going to raise $1,000. And this will be club funding. So we're going to add. Then we're going to ask the district grant for $2,000. And that's DDF requested, and we're gonna add. And so we have our $3,000. Now how are we gonna spend it? Okay, so we clicked on add a budget expense. So we go to our Excel file. And we have library books. So we're going to put in library books. And that was for 15. And we shall add it. We also need paper reams for 100. So we're going to add paper reams for 100. And we have stamps for 200. We'll add. We're not to our 3,000 yet, so we keep adding. We have business cards for 400. And then be sure to use this data because this is what I'm going to be looking for. And that was for 800. We'll add. Okay, so then we go down and we have 0 budget. We have a total income of 3,000 and we're going to spend 3,000. And then it will give you list over here. So then we go and then we look at documents. We need pictures of your project and they need to be in a picture format, JPEG file, not a PDF file. Pictures need to be in a JPEG file. We also have, we would upload those on images. And to upload a file, we go to upload and then we'll add it. We're going to go to documents and we're going to upload a file, and that file is going to be the MOU. And I'm going to go up here and I have it in a PDF on my computer, so I'm going to click on it and I'm going to upload. And now I have my PDF. And I'm going to ask you to make sure that you put a PDF MOU in here. This one is blank, yours can be blank. It doesn't have to be signed at this time because you don't know who all your certified members are going to be. but you need to be able to upload a document. You might want to upload other documents. You'll need to do your expense. You'll need to make PDFs of all your expense documents and upload those in on your final document. And then we're going to say save. And now we would collect club signatures. And your signatures are digitally done. When you collect club signatures, you just come in here and you would scroll down. You would this starts it, and 2 of you have to sign it. That's why we say you must have 2 people certified, 3 is better. And the last person will come up here and send in then final submission. The last person that signs it, because if you don't submit it, we don't, it's not received. Your club needs to make sure you submit it. And that should get you through your test grant. I'm going to go back to district. I'm going to go back to files. Go back into grant training, 21-22. And then the final report. This document will go through all the things that you need to have done for your final report. You need at least 5 or 6 pictures, JPEG uploaded. You need your documents of all your expenses in there to show how you have completed it and that you have spent all your money. Any money that is not spent then would need to be returned back to the district. If you have any questions, you can always contact me, Janice Alke, your District Rotary Foundation Director, through email, phone call, or text. I hope this has been informational, and I hope that you will all be thinking about quality district grants to help in your own community. If you have any questions, please contact me through email or by calling or text, and I will be happy to walk you through any issue that you might be having.